Hello and welcome back to another video of El Criptonauta. Today's Friday. I'm gonna focus to do a market update about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and the full cryptocurrency market. And this is the first market update totally in English. So what I will try to do is just to explain how I see the market and how I do my calculations on my charts in order to show you how I work. Okay, basically, if you have been following me for the last month, you know what I do and how I work. But if not, you will begin to understand how I see the markets. So for me, first of all, I'm not trying to predict what will happen. I have not a crystal ball, and I don't care what the market. I don't care to trying to be right or wrong about my predictions because I am not doing predictions. What I'm trying to do is to be okay whatever will happen. So if you don't know how I work, if Bitcoin finally goes up and move up and so on, I am be very happy because I have Bitcoin long term in my portfolio. But if Bitcoin goes down and we are in a bear market and so on and so forth, I will be very happy as well because I will accumulate more Bitcoin and more altcoins on the long term and I will be trading all the trend. So basically, I don't care what the market will do and I don't care to be right or wrong. I'm for me, that's very important because when a trader tries to be right, the only that will do is to lose money. Okay, so that's my opinion. I can be totally wrong and I will be totally happy with that. Okay, so basically that chart, I created that chart from here when we crossed the moving average. For the people that follows to me knows that I said that when we crossed that moving average, we entered to the bear market, basically comparing previous scenarios on the previous markets. So every time we cross it down the moving average 20 on weekly, we enter to the bear market or a downtrend at least. Okay. So based on that assumption, I created that chart. This green line was pretty important to me because it was the trend. It was the last resort of the bulls to invalidate that assumption. And we basically, 1 week ago or so, we broke down the trend. So basically, we went down the bullish trend. And now what we did is to grind up to the resistance of the trend and create that kind of, we created that ascending wedge. Okay. So if that's right, if that wedge is correct, this box, this one, and this one are the landing zones or the support levels. So basically what it can happen now, I don't know and I don't care because I'm not trading Bitcoin at all because this is a choppy market that we cannot do anything with that. But basically, normally when a wedge is broken, we can retest. So basically we can do something like this and then maybe if we don't create a higher high, then maybe we can go to that levels. Okay, that are the levels that I have marked here for weeks. It's nothing different. Let me show you that boxes. So we have lots of confluences of different movements on that zone. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do or how do I work is I measure movement by movement and I don't care what will happen on, I don't know, in 1 year, but I focus on the daily chart and I focus on the movement that we have in front of us. Okay, that's the way I work. So other thing that we have to see is that we are still in a descending channel on the RSI. This is pretty significant. So as you can see, we are not able to cross and break out the trend. So for me, this is showing to me that we are still in a downtrend. And why? Because we are in the summer. And usually in the summer, we don't have enough volume to create good movements. Okay? Yes, we have some movements in the summer, but basically most of them are in a downtrend. Okay? Except, of course, the year 1 year ago. Okay, that's it. Nothing else to say for Bitcoin. For me, I think that still we need to go to retest the moving average. Okay, but I don't know if we will do something like this or we will do something like that. Okay, but we will retest. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm pretty convinced about that based on what happened on previous markets. Okay, Bitcoin. That's all for Bitcoin. I'm gonna take a look to the more generic things. Again, just to try to show you how it works. So I'm gonna check the total market cap. Total market cap, it's also in a downtrend to me. That's in Spanish, and basically what it says is this is the first landing zone, the intermediate landing zone, and this is the final landing zone. And those levels are based on what we have now. Those levels will change and will be more accurate once we have more movements to measure. Okay, and I will explain where that levels come from. If you see the past markets, like that one that we have here and that one that we had here, you can see where the movements came from. So you can measure the movement and you say, okay, if that is a downtrend, we can measure the first level, the first movement that we have, we say, okay, the end of that movement is that one. Okay, but this is a very big box, okay? So once you have more movements, you can measure and say, okay, the end of that movement will be that one. And you can see that the box is much more accurate. Then you can follow doing the same. And you see that you have a lot of confluences of boxes. That means that this is a very probable zone. Look, this is the intermediate of that movement. But if we put the other levels, you will see that you have the box, the second level here, okay? And then you have the last movement, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's what I will do once we have more movements on the middle to measure. But basically, on the big time frame, we can see that we have that movement here, which is the big box, and then we have this intermediate, which is that movement, and now we are creating the other movement, which is this one. And you see that this is a very, very probable zone to land once that movement do the bearish movement that it has to do, because this is another wedge. So we see the same patterns all the way in Bitcoin and everything. So you see the wedge is broken, we can have a pump, the same as we did in Bitcoin. We can have a pump and then goes down. And the movement of this, the end of that movement will be this. So what does all that things this means? It means that if we arrive here, I will try to get a big swing on my accounts. In the meantime, I'm not trading swings, but I'm doing intraday if I have time. If not, I'm not doing anything. I'm okay with not trading and not taking positions because this is also a position. You don't have to trade all day. Okay? Enjoy the summer, enjoy the beach. So we have the opportunity to enjoy all the summer with that shitty market that we have in front of us. Okay? So that's how I see. Let me delete this because I don't want to have it so much boxes. Okay, this will be the total market cap. Then we have the altcoin market cap. Okay, more or less the same. So if you measure, visit on the past movements, you will find that levels as well. You will find that we are in a downtrend, and you will find that we have retesting the moving average. Same thing as we did here. We retest the moving average and so on and so forth. Remember, we bounce to the moving average, we create another movement, and now we are retesting. So that was a support, now converted into resistance. Same thing as we had here. Okay? And same thing as we have here. And so on and so forth. But this was more a choppy market, but that was more something like what I'm seeing right now. So what does it mean? It means that altcoins are doing good movements right now. But if we enter to that bear trend again, altcoins will die much more than they did. Okay, be careful with altcoins. Be careful with entering to altcoins without stop loss, because now is the real bearish movement. See, if If we do the same that we did here, that was a bearish movement, but the big bearish movement was after the retest of the moving average. That can be something like this. Okay, of course it can do this and go up and everyone happy to the moon and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. If that happens, I will add some altcoins to my portfolio, but not at the moment. I'm only on Bitcoin on my portfolio at this moment and a lot of cash to deploy when the moment arrives. And intraday, if I have time to do it. That's the altcoin market cap. Let's take a look to the dominance very fast. Look at the dominance. We had the first bounce, the falling wedge, breakout of the wedge, golden pocket. Now we are creating a bull flag, and that bull flag can bring us to an intermediate level, which will be that one. No. If I find TP Fips, yeah. Okay, so we can do something like this, blah, 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 blah. And then I think that the level to arrive to be achieved, at least on the first movement, will be that one. What's that? What are we creating at this moment? So if we put here, we can do something, something like this. And you have the range where the dominance can be pumping. Of course, breaking down here, that will create to us a very, very big altcoin season, but I think that will not happen because we are very low on dominance. So basically we're creating something like that. Of course, patterns are pretty different from 2018, but not that much. Okay, so nothing else to say to me. If you like the video, please push the like button. If you want to enjoy the Discord community, free Discord community, you can click also in the description you have below the YouTube video. And if you have any question or something to say, I'm happy to listen everything you want to say. Thank you very much and see you, not sure in the next week, but maybe in 2 weeks, because if the market is not interesting to me, I will not create noise and I will not create videos because that is only noise for the head of the people. Okay, and also I'm in holidays. This is summer and we all want to go to the beach. Thank you very much. Enjoy your time, enjoy your summer, and bye.